Hi guys, I'm sorry. Got interrupted in the first one, so second chime hopefully is a charm. Okay, so this message is a little different. This is not a regular live that I usually do. This is a specific live that I was guided to do for whole different content, right? This live is for those who are taking the Nclex or has taken the Nclex, wherever you are on your journey, right? It doesn't matter if you took the old gen or the new gen. This is not really content based on the Nclex and the things that you need to study. There's many beautiful readers. Sorry guys, I do other shit. Different YouTubers that helps with that. This is more, I guess, the psychosocial, the mental state, the emotional state on how to approach your Nclex and approach that test, the boards, right? And in case you don't know what the Nclex is the Nclex is basically the big boards that you take to become a nurse, right? Depending on where you are in your state, if you get a multi-license or a single license to your state or whatever. But I'm gonna let other people talk about that. This is not what this message. Dang guys, I also do readings and life coaching and stuff like that, so I can get things a little bit mixed up. So like I said, this is a totally different read. This is for those that has had that opportunity to experience taking your boards to become a nurse, right? All right, so how can we start this, right? With this type of message, this has to do with not so much the content you need to know. Like I said, this is more about where are you mentally, because this test, I feel personally, we put more emphasis on what we need to test, do more questions, do this, do that, do. But if you're not in the mental state to take your fucking test, you're gonna fucking fail. If you're not in an emotional state of being ready for your test, you're gonna fucking fail, right? This is that type of energy, and it's so important to really talk about that. And I feel like in the community, especially, here, I gotta get over, guys, especially, learning how to approach the test or take the test, right? That's not spoken about enough, right? So, coming from someone who has finally passed my Nclex, right? In the process, it took me 3 times to pass it, right? And within that process was a learning experience for me, and what I learned within that space, right? I learned a lot that it wasn't necessarily I didn't know the content. It was like my mind wasn't right. It wasn't clicking with the test, right? So this is that type of energy. I didn't feel confident within that space when I went to take the test the first 2 times, right? And now getting the results and passing, and now a nurse now, right? A lot of it stemmed down from not being connected, and also taking a lot of they say do this, they say do that, right? They say the test should stop at 85. They say the test should stop at 150 if you're taking the new gen or whatever. That's a good sign. They say if you do this or you see this, you're doing great, right? And it's one of those type of things, like a lot of the they that was said, right? I've experienced in the first 2 times and didn't pass, right? And coming hindsight 2020, it's all stemmed onto you are the one taking the test. You are the one who's studying. You, right? Can't no man or woman tell you, they can give you let me say it in the right words. They can give you some insight, but at the end of the day, if it's your fate, if it's your time, it will be your time, right? And also being okay with you passing your test when on divine timing, right? I'm not here to get spiritual. I'm not here to do all that. See my other content if you want to fuck with that, right? But it really stems from being in the right mental state. And a lot of the reflection of after passing and doing all of this stuff, it all stemmed from, like, I don't know if you guys know about me, but I struggled through academics in school growing up, you know. So I was placed into a special ed class and misdiagnosed on that, right? Because now I'm your future nurse. Oh, okay, what's going on? Hold on, guys, give me a second. Let them pass. Anywho, sorry about that. I'm your future nurse now, right? But a lot of that developed from trauma, you know, and working through that within this time of learning how to, I guess, what am I trying to say? Because this is unexpected. God just wants me to say this, put this in the collective, right? About my whole experience about taking this test, right? It all came up to the forefront studying for this test and finally accepting those parts of myself, right? And like realizing I made it through nursing school and really in this energy of having to unprogram and reprogram that, the confidence factor, I guess to say, of this whole thing, right? This is that type of energy, knowing that I made it and I graduated nursing school. So that being said, me graduating nursing school, like, that was a big step for me, right? So really seeing that from that perspective, understanding that as you're going through your journey, doesn't matter how many times when you pass your Nclex, right? Knowing that you work fucking hard for this, right? This is that type of energy here, right? It's also sticking to your guns as well too. I feel like this reading or this message is all over the place, so take what you need and leave the rest. But the overall, I guess, message for this video is, it's all based on your mental state. Where are you mentally? Where are you spiritually? Are you ready for this test? But you're going to have to create that atmosphere. You're going to have to create that atmosphere before taking this test, because regardless of how hard you study, if you do not create an atmosphere of, I'm going to pass this fucking test, I have passed this fucking test, then you're not going to pass this fucking test. I really like to say that this test is more of a faith-based test, dead ass, where this test is going to test your faith and also what your intuition, you know what I'm saying? Because you know the answer, but the type of energy here, it's all mental game, man. It's being able to practice mindfulness while you're taking this test, bro. And anything is possible, right? So this is that type of energy. Even when let's say you don't pass on the first try. Sorry, guys, I'm at my job, so you don't pass on the first try, right? That means try again, right? The more that you do, the more that you'll gain the information and the more that you'll get confident with the test, right? And sometimes God, right, will put you in situations like that to show you how strong you are, right? How strong you are, how capable you are, right? So, to wrap this message up, okay, it's about you staying focused on your journey at hand, right? Regardless of when you're supposed to pass your Nclex and how you're supposed to pass your Nclex, right? Just know and have faith that you're going to pass your Nclex. As long as you are putting the wands in, as long as you are putting in the effort, as long as you're putting your boots on the ground, as long as you are doing what is necessary to make shit happen, you gonna make shit happen, right? This is that type of energy. You have to understand that, bro, you're gonna have to put your boots on the ground, right? Boots on the ground. I love to say that. If you guys watch my other content, y'all hear me say it all the time. Your boots on the ground. Representing boots on the ground means wands, actions, because actions and behavior is what manifests things into your life. Actions and behavior is what manifests things into your life. That's how you're going to manifest your journey. By putting in the wands, by being the first in the gym and the last to leave, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time, right? So to wrap this message up, for those who are taking the Nclex right now or has taken the Nclex, and for encouragement for those that also took the Nclex, probably felt the first time, or had an experience like me, like, it only requires you to continue to have faith in yourself and trust in yourself that you have the ability to do so, right? I don't care what anybody says to you. Your time will come in divine timing as long as you stay connected to the promise. As long as you stay connected to what you set out to be, then it's going to come into fruition regardless, okay? All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. This is a different read. Like I said, this is not what I usually do. This is for those that who really needed this, right? So I want you guys to have a good day. Remember, put your boots on the ground and get to running, get to doing, right? That's what's going to change.